Hi everyone, and welcome to my first video of my YouTube channel. If you don't know me yet, my name is Gabriela and I have been sewing for over 3 years now, and I've started my Instagram and showing how I sew and what I make and teaching people how to sew approximately 1 year ago. And I cannot believe that it's been a year since we've created this beautiful community on Instagram. The past months I have received so many messages and asking me if I have a YouTube channel because they would love to learn more about sewing. So to be honest, I feel so relaxed and I feel so good because I think this YouTube channel will give me the opportunity to open more to you. You can see how the real Gabriela is. It's not like on Instagram, I'm not the same Gabriela. But you know, it just feels so good that I don't have that pressure of saying everything in just a few seconds and to rushing. And so I really hope that every time you watch one of my videos, it's nice to listen to me or to learn about sewing and so on. And as a first YouTube tutorial, we're going to make something very simple, and I'm going to show you how to make these pants. These are one of the easiest projects that you can do if you are a beginner, or if you're just starting into sewing, or you're just looking for a new hobby and you don't know if should I go with this or should I go with sewing. So I really hope this tutorial is easy to follow. I promise you anyone can do this. But before we jump into the sewing tutorial, I just want to give you a small background about me. I am from Romania, but I grew up in Spain and currently I am living in Chicago. I am a mother, I have 2 kids, and I already told you that I've started sewing 3 years ago, and the main reason was I wanted to make cute dresses for my firstborn, Chloe. That's how I discovered my love for sewing. But also my mother and my grandmother, she used to work as a seamstress, and my grandmother, she was also a seamstress, and she used to make wedding dresses and beautiful gowns. And yeah, she was one of the best from the area where I lived in Romania. And I think sewing was always there into my blood, but I didn't have the time to discover this passion. And the purpose of this sewing channel, it's going to be more about creating full garments and taking you through the whole process. And also I will be reviewing patterns. Also, I will try to make free patterns as much as possible and to give you my honest review and mistakes to avoid or what I recommend you. And also to encourage you, in case you're looking for a hobby or so, to encourage you to start sewing. Such a beautiful hobby. I mean, sometimes it can be stressful. I can't lie, but right now we have so many information, we have so many patterns, so many tutorials, and it's just about to give some time, because our first garment may not look like the one from the tutorial that you're watching. You have to understand that that person probably has been sewing for a few years, and of course for her, like, the stitches and the finishes of the garment will look amazing, but probably for you won't look that amazing. But that thing doesn't have to stop you from continue, because practice makes perfect. So yeah, and of course, to continue creating content, a like and a subscribe, it's something free, and that's like the only support that I ask from you, so I would really appreciate that. The sewing machine and the overlock, they're both from my friend Supra Sewing. I love this store so much. They are so professional. I will link the website in my description so you can have a look at the website. They have a huge selection of industrial sewing machines, overlocks, and all kind of professional sewing machines. I always had this idea in my mind that an industrial sewing machine costs thousands and thousands of dollars, and I mean, that's a very huge investment. And surprisingly, at Supra Sewing, they have industrial sewing machine starting from $880. And without further ado, let's get started. What you can actually make is to take one of those pants that you really love how it fits you. You will have to do is unpick the seams, iron everything, and then lay it on a pattern paper, which you can actually buy it from Home Depot. You don't need to spend a lot of money on buying like a special paper for patterns. You can use just this kind of roll, and it's only about $12, and you have plenty and plenty of paper. When you are tracing the pieces, just remember to leave about 1 inch seam allowance for the seams. And the fabric we're going to use today for our first project is a French terry 100% cotton, a 322 GSM. The price point is so good and so affordable. I really love how the fabric feels. It's so easy to work with, so soft, it's so breathable. It's 100% cotton, that's very important. And you can easily make out of this fabric like loungewear, sweaters, t-shirts, everyday pants. And that's a great option for kids clothing, like those cute sets that you can easily sew in less than an hour. I promise you it's less than an hour. And I will actually make a couple of videos showing you how easy it is to make pants for your kids. I will link their page in the description. They have plenty of colors. Once you have these two panels, we're going to sew with the right side together the front and the back piece of the pants together. And the sewing machine that I'm using is the Jack A5E. It's an industrial sewing machine. And once we're done with the front and the back stitch, we will switch to the Speedway overlock. And this one is a 4-thread industrial overlock. And you won't believe how fast this overlock actually goes. It can sew up to 7,500 stitches per minute. I really love that it has the automatic thread trimmer at the beginning and at the end of each seam, and also it detects automatically the fabric that you are working with, so you can go from working with silk, cotton, linen to velvet without touching any adjustments. And I really love that it has the automatic recognition. I will always recommend you what I think it's the best, and these are the sewing machines that I use for my small business, for all my sewing projects. I don't have enough words to say how amazing and how professional these sewing machines are. And now that the seams are finished, we move into the next step, and we are going to pin the legs of the pants together all the way around. And so one thing that I forgot to mention about my industrial sewing machine is that it also has the fabric recognition, so you don't need to adjust anything to it. So it's very similar to the overlock. You can go from thin fabrics like chiffon, silk to tweed, or even like this French terry that has a little bit of stretch without changing any tension. And once we're done, we go back to the overlock again and to finish the seams nicely. As you saw, I was using a black thread because I didn't have a matching thread for this blue. And I had to run to the fabric store and I got matching thread, and now it was time to hem the pants. A tip when you are working with elastic, I like to divide the elastic into 4 equal sections. And I also mark the waistband of the pants into 4 sections. Then I match those 4 points together so the elastic is distributed evenly around the waistband. I pin those 4 points first, and then I sew while gently stretching the elastic so everything stays even. And I will always do 2 to 3 stitches depending on how wide the elastic is, so it looks more polished. And voila! The pants are done. I am actually wearing them right here. They are so soft, and I really love how they turn out. And this is such a great project in case you've never sewn something before. But do you know the moment when you feel even more proud of what you make? It's when they actually ask you, oh my god, I love your pants, where are they from? And you say, I made them. I mean, that feeling, at least to me, it feels so good. I really hope this tutorial was easy to follow. If you have any questions, please let me know in the comments. I am more than happy to help you. And also let me know your thoughts about my first YouTube channel. What should I improve? What are the things that you would love to see or to learn? Guys, I'm open to any suggestions from you. And if you don't follow me on Instagram yet, I will leave here my Instagram. And don't forget to like this video, to subscribe. And guys, see you in 1 week. Thank you so much for watching. Bye. Oh my god, we're done.